Hey, what's going on, everybody? Willie P here, and we're back, and we're doing another reaction. And this time we're gonna do 10 reasons why you shouldn't mess with NATO. Um, I have a few ideas why you shouldn't, but we'll go ahead and let the video play for itself. Hey, like, subscribe. If you're on my Twitch, follow my Twitch. Links in the description. Hook me up. I'll hook you up. We play together. I'm all good with that. All right, let's get into this video.
For 7 decades, the NATO alliance has practiced collective defense and deterrence against evolving international threats. And over the years, its capabilities have changed accordingly. NATO's most powerful weapon, according to Jim Townsend with the Center for a New American Security, is the unity of the alliance. But the individual allies also possess hard-hitting capabilities that could be called upon were it to face high-level aggression. Here are some highlights of the many powerful weapons NATO could bring to bear against Russia. F-35 Lightning II. The air side of the NATO equation is led by the United States with the F-35 and other various aircraft. The 5th-generation F-35 Joint Strike Fighter is an aircraft that rival powers have been unable to match its stealth and advanced suite of powerful sensors. While some NATO countries are looking at the F-35 as a leap in combat capability, others continue to rely on the F-16, an older supersonic fighter that can dogfight and also bomb ground.
Hey, let's not talk crap about the F-16. Beautiful airplane, does exactly what you want it to do. And you just heard that it's multi-purpose. It's old, but it's awesome. And just because they're old, they upgrade everything all the time. So it's not like it's their original model.
Targets. And then some countries like Germany are considering European alternatives.
Well, here we go.
When I first started EVE, I was a minor, and I was really tired.
Eurofighter Typhoons. The Eurofighter Typhoon is a capable multi-role aircraft designed by a handful of NATO countries, namely the United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, and Spain, determined.
I wonder if that replaced the Tornado then. Which I thought tornadoes were still going on, but I don't know.
To field an elite air superiority fighter. France, which walked away from the Eurofighter project, independently built a similar fighter known as the Dassault Rafale. Observers argue that the Typhoon is comparable to late-generation Russian flanker variants such as the Su-35.
Hey, that's a sweet-looking plane. I'm sorry. I know it's Russian. Don't care. I mean, look at it. That's a sexy jet.
While each aircraft has its advantages, be it the agility of the Typhoon or the low-speed handling of the flanker, the two aircraft are quite similar, suggesting, as the National Interest explained, that the Eurofighter could hold its own in a dogfight with the deadly Russian fighter. Bombers. The U.S. provides conventional and nuclear deterrence capabilities throughout the regular rotation of bomber aircraft into the European area of operations. American bombers have been routinely rotating into the area since Russia annexed Crimea in 2014, according to military.com. That year, the Pentagon sent 2 B-2 Spirit bombers and 3 B-52s to Europe for training. The B-1B Lancers are also among the U.S. bombers that regularly operate alongside NATO allies. P-8A Poseidon. There's also the Maritime Posture, particularly as Russia continues to rely on a submarine nuclear deterrent. We need a stronger presence. That's why we're seeing Norway, the US, UK do more with the P-8As, Heather Conley, the Center for Strategic and International Studies expert. Facing emerging threats in the undersea domain, where the margins to victory are said to be razor thin, NATO allies are increasingly boosting their ability to hunt and track enemy submarines from above and below the water. While there are a number of options available for this task, the U.S. Navy P-8A Poseidon patrol plane, which was brought in to replace the U.S. military's older P-3 Orions, are among the best submarine hunters out there. Frigates.
That's
Another
so
effective
cool.
anti-submarine capability is that provided by the various frigates operated by a number of NATO countries. The NATO allies, in particular Italy, France, and Spain, all have frigates that have very capable anti-submarine warfare systems. Brian Clark, the Center for Strategic and Budgetary Assessments. They have active low-frequency sonars that are variable depth sonars. They can find submarines easily, and they're very good against diesel submarines. These forces could be used to target Russian submarines in the eastern Mediterranean and into the Black Sea. Norway and Denmark also have really good frigates, he explained. They can go out and do anti-submarine warfare in the North Sea/Baltic Sea area, and they're very good at that. Nimitz-class aircraft carriers. A last-minute addition to last year's Trident Juncture exercise, massive NATO war games designed to simulate a large-scale conflict with Russia, was the USS Harry S. Truman, a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier, and its accompanying strike group. The carrier brought 6,000 service members and a large carrier air wing of FA-18 Super Hornets to Norway for the largest drill in years. One thing the NATO naval partners have been looking at is using carriers as part of the initial response, said Brian Clark.
You have to.
The United States sails carriers into the North Atlantic to demonstrate to Russia that the U.S. can send carriers into this area, from which it could carry out operations into the Baltics without too much trouble, he added. America's ability to project power throughout the deployment of aircraft carriers is unmatched, due mainly to the massive size, sophistication, and training regimen of its carrier fleet. The UK and France also have aircraft carriers. Virginia-class submarines. Virginia-class submarines, nuclear-powered fast attack boats, are among the deadliest submarines in the world. They're armed with torpedoes to sink enemy submarines and surface combatants, and they can also target enemy bases and missile batteries ashore with Tomahawk Cruise missiles. These submarines could be really useful to do cruise missile attacks against some of the Russian air defense systems in the Western Military District that reach over the Baltic countries, said Brian Clark.
Man, you imagine sitting there thinking you're safe and...
You can really conduct air operations above these countries without being threatened by these air defense systems. So you would want to use cruise missiles to attack them from submarines at sea.
There we go.
Patriot surface-to-air missile system.
These things.
Patriot, which stands for Phased Array Tracking Radar to Intercept on Target, is an effective surface-to-air guided air and missile defense system that's currently used around the world, including in a number of NATO countries. There is a need for an integrated air and missile defense picture, said Conley. That's certainly a high-valued protection for the alliance. NATO is also in the process of fielding Aegis A-shore sites, land-based variants of the sea-based Aegis ballistic missile defense system that can track and fire missiles that intercept ballistic targets over Europe. AH-64 Apache gunship.
Oh, look how pretty that is. Oh, man. I'm sorry, you see that coming. You're just like, crap. Unless you could get a good shot out on it, man, you just run.
The Apache gunship helicopter, capable of close air support, has the ability to rain down devastation on an approaching armor column. The attack helicopters can carry up to 16 Hellfire missiles at a time, with each missile possessing the ability to cripple an enemy armor unit. The Hellfire is expected to eventually be replaced with the more capable Joint Air-to-Ground missile. The Cold War-era Apache attack helicopters have been playing a role in the counterinsurgency fight in the Middle East, but the gunships could still hit hard in a high-end conflict. Leopard 2 tank. The Leopard 2 main battle tank, which gained a reputation for being indestructible, is a formidable weapon first built to blunt the spearhead of a Soviet armor thrust, and one that would probably be on the front lines were the NATO alliance and Russia to come to blows. While this tank, a key component of NATO's armored forces, took an unexpected beating in the fight against the Islamic State in Syria, it's still considered one of the alliance's top tanks, on par with the U.S. M1 Abrams and the British Challenger 2. Observers suspect that the Leopard 2, like its U.S. and British counterparts, would be easily able to destroy most Russian tanks, as these tanks are likely to get the jump on a Russian tank in a shootout.
Shooting back. That was cool. That was cool. Um, yeah, there's stuff I didn't know. I'm pretty impressed. It was a good video, really good video. Descriptions will be, or the original video and all that will be in the description. Hey, I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe. Look at my Twitch. I'm there too. Hey, have a great day. I really hope you do. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.